What is up, friends and fans of Dirt Tracks TV? Around here, we refer to you as the Dirt Tracks Nation, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in to watch our videos and check out our YouTube channel. Today, I've got something special for you that I hinted at in my Instagram post a couple days ago. I have a Polaris PRO XP 4-seater that we just got like 2 days ago. Haven't put any miles on this one, but I've ridden them a lot at intros and at Polaris events, so I'm really familiar with the vehicle, and I wanted to give you guys just a really quick high-level overview of what this thing's all about, and we will go into more depth about it, more in-depth look at it in a full test ride later on. So for now, I just want to kind of walk around this thing and show you guys what it's got. So I'm going to start just overview of the looks. I mean, it's a tough looking vehicle. It looks mean, it looks aggressive, it looks very modern. There's definitely nothing about this thing that looks, you know, cheap or cobby or old school. Very much an updated vehicle that looks fantastic. One thing I want to mention, this one does have DYNAMIX because this is the full jam version. This is the highest end model you can get from Polaris, but the shocks themselves actually say Fox live valve on them, which is what the system basically began as from Fox, is their live valve system, but Polaris has their own programming system and control box that they call DYNAMIX. So I thought it was interesting that they included the Fox live valve on the shocks. Got Maxxis Carnivore 2s on here. They're 30 inches, hubless, awesome looking hubless aluminum wheels. This is a tire and wheel package you would upgrade to on any other vehicle. Comes standard on this vehicle. I like little touches like the blue A-arms and the blue springs and just the blue accents on the white vehicle. I think it's a really good looking vehicle. Doors open and close really smooth. We got 6-point harnesses here in the front with Polaris's retractable system up here that works fantastic and is so easy to use. The seats are unreal comfortable, super bolstered. We'll talk more about that in a test ride. Of course, you got this new grab handle that locks in tight and doesn't rattle. That's fantastic. Storage up here in 2 places in the dash that's super functional and works great. So, you know, interior wise, this is a pro level vehicle. This is the highest end, nicest interior I think of any side-by-side we've ever got our hands on before. Moving along to the back, little point that I'd like to show you guys is this looks cool along the side, but what's even more cool about it is that it's the full rear door. So there's no centerpiece to this that gets in the way. The whole thing opens up and creates the largest hole available for you to climb in and out of when you're getting in the back seat of this vehicle. That was really smart on Polaris's part. There's nothing in the way. Even this up here is so high that you're not going to hit your knees or anything on it, so it's really out of the way. You have 6-point harnesses in the back seat. They are not the retractable versions, but there's still 6-point harnesses included from the factory with, again, super nice bolstered seats and lots of legroom. Maybe the best back seat area of any side-by-side to date. We'll let you know more about that though. One thing I would like to mention that it doesn't have is a roof. And for this kind of money, this thing retails for somewhere around 40,000 bucks Canadian. It should have a roof. That's just the long and the short of it. Cool looking suspension components painted blue to match all the accents on the vehicle. I like that a lot. Moving around to the back, you've got a huge storage area back here, huge cargo area. Polaris sells double level accessories for the cargo area. So finally a sport side-by-side, you can actually take a decent amount of stuff with you and not worry about it falling out. Smart move on Polaris's part because there's 4 people sitting in this thing, so you're gonna need room for a lot of stuff. Cool taillights. I really like the taillights on this, the way the accent lighting up here looks, and the taillights are modern, like kind of Audi looking modern taillights are really, really nice. Moving on from the back, we're gonna get up here to the driver's area. And you know, this is where the magic happens in this vehicle for sure. Same seats that I talked about before, retractable harnesses, which is super cool. But what we've got here is a completely updated interior from Polaris that's more like a car than any interior we've ever seen from a side-by-side. These seats are actually adjustable for kind of more reclined or more upright. You have to take a bolt out to do it, but they are adjustable. They're adjustable forward and back. But here's the cool part. You got tilt steering, right? Like side-by-sides always have, and telescopic steering, which no side-by-side has ever have. So that's a pretty neat upgrade, very automotive upgrade from Polaris. And furthermore, I'm gonna climb in for this. We have Polaris's new Ride Command display, 7 inches, touchscreen, glove friendly. You got menu buttons along the bottom here. You still have your gauge here connected to the handle or the steering wheel column, which gives you a lot of the same information you can get from your gauges over here, but it's always in front of you. Still, you can have your gauges up here in multiple different layouts. You can have your DYNAMIX system up here. that shows you, you know, all the different settings and things that you're doing, throttle, brake, yaw sensor over here, and then of course the settings for your shocks, which right now, because the vehicle's not running, it's kind of wonky, but the 3 settings are there. It doesn't change the numbers, but it should. And then of course you've got things like your map with ride sharing, which is something I'll talk about more in the test ride, where you can add friends and see them on the screen. No cell signal, no cell phone required. You've got things like your phone book, contacts. You can actually make phone calls from here, and it'll go through the audio system. You get your text messages, Bluetooth device adding, like, just, I mean, this is as good as the system in my car. In fact, this might actually be better than what's in my truck right now. Over here, you've got music, and then your volume controls. So everything that you could possibly want to do utilizing the Bluetooth of your phone is available right from the screen. You don't actually have to pull your phone out for anything, kind of like your car. And that's crazy when you think about it. Most systems, you connect to the Bluetooth, but then if you get a message, you have to pick your phone up, or if you get a phone call, you got to pick your phone up, or whatever. This system, you don't have to do that. It's all right there. So really, really high-tech stuff from Polaris. Another automotive feature that this vehicle has that I think is really cool is this steering wheel. So it's obviously a very racy shaped steering wheel, with a flat bottom, kind of something you'd see out of a race car, of course. But it's also the first steering wheel in the industry to have the controls on the wheel. So here we've got our audio controls, volume, play, pause. This little Polaris North Star button is programmable from the screen to do any number of different things. It can do 2 separate things with a short press or a long press. This side, though, is where the real magic happens. This is your DYNAMIX controls here. You've got your up and down through the 3 settings. And then this button is the one that we've talked about before. This is your oh crap button. So no matter what setting you're in DYNAMIX, whether it be comfort, sport, or firm, any of the above, if I hit the red button, it immediately goes all 4 shocks full hard, number 10. And that's great for hitting things like washouts, or let's say you want to drive along, you know, at a good speed, but you want the comfort of being in comfort mode, you know, with the shock set to 0, you want it to be nice and smooth, but you kind of want to go faster. You can simply drive with your thumb on this button, rip along in comfort, smooth as anything. And then when you see that big bump coming up, just hit the button and hold it until you're done over the bump. You've hit the bump, let go, and it goes back to full soft. So very smart system to have that stuff right here on the wheel where I don't have to reach over. Smart move by Polaris, and definitely something I think the industry is going to have to catch up to. The rest of the industry is going to have to catch up. It's just too good. It's too functional. And even though this system is very expensive, it's an expensive piece of technology that makes the riding experience better, and it's something you use all the time. It's not just a gimmick. So there you go. That last thing, before I'm done here, last thing I want to mention is that this vehicle, being the top of the line model, has the full Rockford Fosgate stereo system in it. So it's a 6-speaker system with tweeters up here, mids down here, and then mids right behind the passenger's head where it blasts their eardrums out. It's loud, it's really integrated. It was designed specifically for this vehicle in conjunction with Rockford Fosgate right from the ground up. So you know you're getting quality stuff, and it works. There you go, Pro XP 4. Quick overview. I know I talk fast and I had a lot of information to give you, but there's a lot to talk about here. So please stay tuned for more, because we will have a full test ride both on the show and then on YouTube after it's aired on the show of this vehicle, where I'm going to go into a lot more detail about it and give you guys a lot closer look at some of the things that it does and how it works. And we're going to get her sideways and probably get her airborne too. Something to look forward to. And on that note, if you haven't, please like this video if you did like it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our Dirt Tracks YouTube channel. It really helps us out and we appreciate it. And you'll get updates and notifications of our videos as they come out. And other than that, thank you for watching. We've helped keep you entertained during this whole COVID thing and being at home and having nothing to do. Hopefully you can get a little bit of your off-road fix watching this stuff. And we've got lots more stuff coming for you, so make sure you stay tuned.